This is for task number 2. In task number 2, we are investigating how many regions would be in the XYZ plane, which is also known as 3-space. Before I started any visualization of this problem, I looked into the relationship between 1 dimension, 2 dimension, and 3 dimension. And in geometry, I'm constantly teaching my kids when you are aware of a scale factor or the perimeter of a figure, you can use that scale factor to actually build off of and give information on area and volume just from those pieces of information. So when I first initially thought of this and I decided that XY plane has 4 quadrants and 4 regions, that comes from the idea that you are squaring. So you are taking the 2 and you are squaring it. So really what we're noticing is in 1 dimension, we've got 2 to the first. In 2 dimension, which would be our XY plane, we have 2 squared, which is why we're getting 4 quadrants. And then in our 3 dimension, we are getting 2 to the third. So I have achieved that we would have 8 regions in the 3-dimensional plane, which are going to be known as octants. Additionally, from just this breakdown, I went and I looked at the visual that was included in our notes, and that really helped me kind of be able to section everything off. So what I'm going to do here is, this is just the XYZ plane, just in its normal format, and what I noticed is that the minute that I selected the XZ plane and the YZ plane, it just gave a pretty good visualization on where those octants are coming from. But I didn't feel like this was strong enough. So I went then to GeoGebra. I'm going to click on GeoGebra. And I tried to color code so that it was a little bit more visual in its sense. So I'm going to go ahead and get this so I can start to rotate it. But what you are seeing here is I have illuminated in different colors the XY plane, YZ plane, and the XZ plane, just so that they are all separate planes, and you can see that their axes, when they are formed and extended, allow that breakdown to create what is known as the octants of XYZ plane. And that is supporting my conclusion that it was in fact cubed. So we have 8 sections. We have above the plane, below the plane, and above and below the plane each have 4 sections. So there are 8 total regions. Okay, and there you go.